Hi students, welcome back to video classes. In the previous video we completed first two sums in exercise 2.3. So in this video we will complete the remaining sums in the same exercise. Okay, so let us start. So next question, obtain all other zeros of 3x power of 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 if two of its zeros are root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. Obtain all other zeros of 3x power of 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 if two of its zeros are root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. So in this question, first we write the given polynomial. So what is the given polynomial? It's 3x power of 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. So let us take that polynomial as p of x is equal to 3x power of 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. So what is the degree of this polynomial? It is a fourth degree polynomial. So in the previous concept already we discussed one most important point. The number of zeros of a polynomial is depend on the degree of the polynomial. So it's a fourth degree polynomial. Okay, so it has at most how many zeros? Yes, it has at most 4 zeros. So out of the 4 zeros, 2 are given. Root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3 are the two of its zeros, and you find the remaining 2 zeros. So before doing this, here I explain one most important point, that is generally when you take a quadratic polynomial x square minus 5x plus 6, so how to find the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? We have only one algebraic method. What is that? By factorize this quadratic polynomial, that means you can present this quadratic polynomial as a product of two linear factors. Based on that linear factors, we are finding the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. How to factorize this quadratic polynomial? By splitting the middle term. Okay, so here the factorization is x minus 2 into x minus 3. This is the factorization of x square minus 5x plus 6. That means the linear factors of this quadratic polynomial are x minus 2 and x minus 3. So from these linear factors, how to say the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? It is very simple. So in these two factors, x minus 2 is a linear factor. So at which x value this linear factor is equal to 0, at x is equal to 2. So that 2 is 1 0 of this quadratic polynomial. Second linear factor, that is x minus 3, at which x value this linear factor value is equal to 0, at x is equal to 3. So 3 is another 0 value of this quadratic polynomial. That means what are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? What are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? 2 and 3. Just in case if I am not giving this quadratic polynomial directly, I gave zeros of the quadratic polynomial 3 and 4. How to find that quadratic polynomial? Actually we have a general form, but basically how to find the quadratic polynomial with zeros 3 and 4? There is a way. Actually we have a general form, k into x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. So by using that general form, we find that quadratic polynomial by using these 3 zeros. But there is an algebraic method to find the quadratic polynomial when you know the zeros of that quadratic polynomial. Just reverse this process. If 2 and 3 are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial, then what are the linear factors of this quadratic polynomial? X minus 2 and x minus 3 are the linear factors of this quadratic polynomial. So when you are multiply these two linear factors, then we get the required quadratic polynomial. Apply the same process here. Here 3 and 4 are the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. We don't know that quadratic polynomial, but we know the zeros. Okay, so what are the linear factors of that quadratic polynomial? 1 0 is 3, so one linear factor is x minus 3. See, 2 is 1 0, so x minus 2 is one linear factor. So same way 3 is 1 0 of the required quadratic polynomial, so x minus 3 is one linear factor of the required quadratic polynomial. Here 4 is another 0 of the quadratic polynomial. So what is the linear factor, what is the another linear factor of the quadratic polynomial? That is x minus 4. So when you are multiply these two linear factors, then you get the required quadratic polynomial. So when you multiply them, here we get x square minus 7x plus 12. So this is the required quadratic polynomial. Not only in this quadratic polynomial, you can apply this process at anywhere. That means when you know the zeros of any polynomial, we find that required polynomial by taking the linear factors. Okay, so apply the same process here. Yes, here the given polynomial is a fourth degree polynomial. The given polynomial is a fourth degree polynomial. So it has how many linear factors? Yeah, it has 4 linear factors. Why? Because its degree is 4. That means it has at most 4 zero values. So it has maximum 4 linear factors. So if you find that 4 linear factors, you can easily find the remaining 2 zeros. So out of the 4 linear factors, 2 of the zeros are given. Since the 2 zeros are root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. Okay, so if these two are the zeros of this polynomial, then what are the linear factors of this polynomial? One linear factor is root 5 by 3 is 1 0 value of this polynomial. That means one linear factor is x minus root 5 by 3 is one linear factor of this polynomial, and minus root 5 by 3 is 1 0 of this polynomial. So another linear factor is x plus root 5 by 3. Minus of minus plus. One minus is here and another minus is there. So minus of minus into minus plus. So the two linear factors of this fourth degree polynomial is x minus root 5 by 3 and x plus root 5 by 3, and find out the product of these two linear factors. So when you observe these two linear factors, they are in the form of a plus b into a minus b. It is equal to a square, that means x square, minus b square means root 5 by 3 whole square. Square root cancel, it is equal to x square minus 5 by 3. Okay, so this is the product of these two linear factors, and this product is also a factor of p of x. Okay, how? Observe the factors of 24. Observe the factors of 24. So what are the factors of 24? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 and 12, 24. These are the factors of 24. Observe in 2 and 3. These two are factors of 24. Their product is also a factor. 4 and 2, these two are factors of 24. So 4 into 2, it is equal to 8. 8 is also a factor. Okay, and 4 and 3, these two are factors. So 6, 4 into 3, yeah, 4 into 3, 12. It is also a factor. That means when you are multiply two factors of a number, the product is also a factor. Not in all cases, in some cases. Okay, generally we are defined this point from the prime factorization of 24. So 24, what is the prime factorization? 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, so in this prime factorization we have two prime numbers 2 and 3. Their product 6 is also a factor. Generally we are not taking all the numbers, just here I am giving a rough idea for this. Okay, so when you are find out the prime factorization of the given number, the product of prime factors is also a factor of the number. That is also most important point of factors. Okay, so here also I am doing, actually this is not a number, this is a polynomial, so you can split this polynomial as a product of only some linear factors. Okay, so x minus root 5 by 3, x plus root 5 by 3 are the two linear factors, so their product is x square minus 5 by 3, so it is also a factor of that given polynomial p of x. Is a factor of p of x. Now divide the given polynomial p of x by 3x square minus 5. Actually we are divide that polynomial by x square minus 5 by 3, but in that x square minus 5 by 3 one term is p by q, one term is in the form of p by q. So for our convenience, just we are divide that polynomial p of x by 3x square minus 5. So don't confuse, here I am getting this 3x square minus 5 from this product only. See, the product is x square minus 5 by 3. Here LCM is 3 and the numerator is 3x square minus 5. So it is equal to, we can write this denominator separately. So it is equal to 1 by 3 into 3x square minus 5. Now I am dividing. Now I am dividing p of x by 3x square minus 5. So where is 1 by 3? Okay, no problem. Just we ignore that 1 by 3. First we divide this p of x by 3x square minus 5. Okay, so what will happen? Just we observe. Start our division. Here the divisor is 3x square minus 5 and the dividend is the given polynomial p of x, 3x power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. Okay, so the first term of the quotient by dividing the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. The first term of the dividend is 3x power 4 and the first term of the divisor is 3x square. So it is equal to x square. So the first term of the quotient is x square. Okay, so x square into 3x square, it is equal to 3x power 4 and x square into minus 5, it is equal to minus 5x square. Change the signs of the second polynomial. Plus 3x power minus 3x power 4 cancel, so it there is no x cube term in the second polynomial, so x cube term has is 6x cube minus 2x square plus 5x square, it is equal to 3x square, and write down the remaining terms as it is minus 10x minus 5. And the second term of the quotient by dividing the new first term of the new dividend by the first term of the divisor. So new dividend first term is 6x cube by 3x square, it is equal to 2x. So that is the second term of the quotient plus 2x. So plus 2x into 3x square, it is equal to 6x cube plus 2x into minus 5, it is equal to minus 10. Change the signs. Plus 6x cube minus 6x cube cancel, minus 10x plus 10x cancel, so it is equal to 3x square minus 5. And what is the third term of the quotient? That is plus 1. Plus 1 into 3x square, 3x square, plus 1 into minus 5, minus 5. Plus 3x square minus 3x square cancel, plus minus 5 plus 5 cancel, it is equal to 0. So 0 is the remainder. That means this 3x square minus 5 is a factor of 3x power of 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. And what is the quotient? It is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Okay. Now apply the division algorithm to this division. So what is the division algorithm? Dividend is equal to, here what is the dividend? The given polynomial is the dividend. So given polynomial we are taken as p of x. So p of x is equal to divisor into, here divisor is 3x square minus 5 into quotient. Quotient is x square plus 2x plus 1 plus remainder 0. Okay. So remainder is 0. So we ignore this. So p of x is equal to 3x square minus 5 into x square plus 2x plus 1. Okay. That means the fourth degree polynomial is divided into the product of two second degree polynomials. Again, you split the second degree polynomials to product of linear polynomials. Okay, so if from this second degree polynomial we get two linear polynomials, from this second degree polynomial you get two linear polynomials. So totally we have 4 linear polynomials, and that means we present that given polynomial as a product of 4 linear polynomials. That means they are the 4 linear factors. Okay, so for doing that, no need to change the first second degree polynomial as a product of linear factors. Here we observe, so this 3x square minus 5 comes from the product of these two linear factors. See, so x minus 5 root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 is equal to x square minus 5 by 3, and we present that x square minus 5 by 3 as 1 by 3 into 3x square minus 5. So here I am writing the total statement. See, x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3, it is equal to x square minus 5 by 3, and we can written this as 1 by 3 into x square, 3x square minus 5. One by 3 into 3x square minus 5. Okay, so in the middle we ignore this one also. Now the statement is x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 into 3x square minus 5. So when you transpose this 1 by 3 to left side, so it is equal to 3 into x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 is equal to 3x square minus 5. So in this product you replace this 3x square minus 5 by this total statement. Okay, so 3x square minus 5 is equal to 3 into x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 into, now split this quadratic polynomial as a product of some linear polynomials by factorization. Okay, so here when you find the factorization of this quadratic polynomial, it comes like this: x square plus x plus x plus 1. So it is equal to 3 into x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 into, in the first two terms x common, so remaining part is x plus 1, and the second two terms plus 1 common, so remaining part is x plus 1. It is equal to 3 into x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 into x plus 1 common, so x plus 1 into x plus 1. Okay, so it is equal to p of x, that means the given fourth degree polynomial. Okay, here observe the product: 3 into x minus root 5 by 3 into x plus root 5 by 3 into x plus 1 into x plus 1. So 3 is a constant factor, leave it. So x minus root 5 by 3 is one linear polynomial, x plus root 5 by 3 is another linear polynomial, x plus 1 is one linear polynomial, x plus 1 is another linear polynomial. That means we express the fourth degree polynomial as a product of 4 linear polynomials. So these 4 linear polynomials, as we take as linear factors, what are the zeros of this given polynomial? So therefore zeros of given polynomial, or x minus root 5 by 3 is one linear factor, so 1 0 is root 5 by 3. X plus root 5 by 3 is another linear factor, so minus root 5 by 3 is minus root 5 by 3 is another linear factor, and x plus 1 is one linear factor, so minus 1 is another 0, and x plus 1 is another linear factor, so minus 1 is another 0. Okay, so out of these 4 zeros, 2 are already given. Root 5 by 3 minus root 5 by 3 are the zeros of given polynomial. It is already given, and another 2 zeros are minus 1 and minus 1. So this is the third one. Okay, we find the remaining zeros of the given polynomial when you know the sum zeros. Not only fourth degree polynomial, sometimes he gives a third degree polynomial and one of its zero is given and you find the other zero. Okay, so if you have any polynomial, we follow the same process to find the other zeros of that polynomial. Okay, so this is the most important for our board examinations. Okay, next, see the next one. The fourth question is, on dividing x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 by a polynomial g of x, the quotient and remainder were x minus 2 and minus 2x plus 4 respectively. Find g of x. So when you observe this question carefully, here one division is going on. So in that division, this x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2, this is dividend, g of x is divisor, x minus 2 is quotient, minus 2x plus 4 is remainder. Then you find g of x, that means you find the divisor. Okay, so before that, first we write the given. Generally we are taking the dividend as p of x, so p of x is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2, and g of x is divisor, we don't know, and q of x quotient, it is equal to x minus 2, and r of x remainder, it is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So here in this total quotient, the division is going on, so that's why apply the division algorithm to this situation. So by division algorithm, so what is the division algorithm? The dividend p of x is equal to divisor g of x into quotient q of x plus r of x. This is the division algorithm. Now substitute all the polynomials in this division algorithm. P of x means it is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2, and g of x we don't know, into q of x. Q of x is equal to x minus 2 plus r of x minus 2x plus 4. Now transpose this remainder to the left side. So x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 minus 2x, when you transpose to left side, it changes to plus 2x, plus 4 transpose to left side, changes to minus 4. It is equal to g of x into x minus 2. Okay, simplify this. X cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2x, it is equal to 3x, plus 2 minus 4, it is equal to minus 2, it is equal to g of x into x minus 2. Now transpose this x minus 2 to left side. Okay, so x minus 2 is multiplied g of x, when you transpose to left side, it divides the left side part. Therefore g of x is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Let's do division. Okay, so here the divisor is x minus 2 and the dividend is x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2. Okay, the first term of the quotient is x cube by x, it is equal to x square. X square into x, x cube x square into minus 2, it is equal to minus 2x square. Change the signs. Plus x cube minus x cube cancel. Minus 3x square plus 2x square minus x square. And the remaining terms are plus 3x minus 2. And the second term of the quotient is, here the first term is minus x square and the first term of the divisor is x. Minus x square by x, it is equal to minus x. Minus x. So minus x into x, minus x square minus x into minus 2 plus 2x. Change the signs. Plus x square minus x square cancel. Plus 3x minus 2x. X minus 2. The third term is plus 1. X minus 2. So the remainder is 0. Okay, that means therefore g of x is equal to quotient x square minus x plus 1. So this is the fourth one. Here also we apply the division algorithm to find that divisor. Okay, let's come to the next one. Give examples of polynomials p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x which satisfies the division algorithm and the given conditions. Okay, that means you give some examples of p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x. That means p of x is dividend, g of x is divisor, q of x is quotient and r of x is remainder, which satisfies the division algorithm. That means p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x and the given condition. In the given condition, the first one is degree of p of x is equal to degree of q of x. Before given the examples for these four polynomials, first you take the degrees of that four polynomials. Okay, so what is the first condition? Degree of p of x is equal to degree of q of x. That means the degree of dividend is equal to degree of quotient. If these two degrees are equal, degree of p of x is equal to degree of q of x. Then what is the degree of divisor? Okay, so when you complete the division, first we know the dividend and divisor. We must know degree of p of x and dividend and divisor. So in case if the degree of p of x and the degree of q of x are equal, then what is the degree of divisor? Its degree is 0. Why? Because already we know the relation. What is the relation? Degree of dividend is equal to degree of quotient plus degree of divisor. So these two degrees are equal. So what happened in the degree of divisor? It is equal to 0. That means in this divisor you can take a constant number. That means a constant polynomial. Okay, so you can write your own examples. Just here I am explaining. And the second condition is degree of q of x is equal to degree of r of x. Degree of q of x is equal to degree of r of x. So in case if these two degrees are equal, degree of q of x is equal to degree of r of x, then what happened? What is the degree of dividend and what is the degree of divisor? If these two degrees are equal, for example, if the quotient degree is 2, then as per the condition the remainder degree is 2. If the remainder degree is 2, you must take a third degree polynomial or fourth degree polynomial as the divisor. So in case if you take a third degree polynomial as the divisor, then what is the degree of this one? Dividend. 3 plus 2, it is equal to fifth degree polynomial. Okay, so you can write the examples like this. That means you choose any fifth degree polynomial and fifth degree polynomial as dividend and third degree polynomial as divisor, and let's do the division and you find the quotient and the remainder. Okay, so I am not saying surely like this. Some members like this also. For example, if the quotient is first degree polynomial, as per the given condition the remainder is also first degree polynomial, then what is the degree of divisor? as per the condition, the relation between the degree of remainder and the degree of divisor, as per that condition, as you must take the degree of divisor is 2. That means you can take a second degree polynomial. And what is the degree of dividend? 2 plus 1, it is equal to 3. You must take third degree polynomial. Okay, and you take third degree polynomial and your second degree polynomial as the divisor, and you find out the quotient and remainder. Okay, next, the degree of r of x is equal to 0. This is g of x, p of x, q of x, and r of x. The degree of r of x is equal to 0. That means it is equal to 0. That means the remainder is a constant. So at which case we get constant as the remainder? It is very simple. It is a constant. So divisor degree more than 0. So you can choose first degree polynomial and dividend as fourth degree polynomial. Then the quotient is third degree polynomial. Okay. So based on these degrees, you can choose any 4 polynomials as p of x, g of x, q of x, and r of x. Okay. So this is not important, but try. Okay. So this is the third exercise, and up to here we completed the second chapter. So in this chapter, the most important concepts are relation between zeros and the coefficients of a quadratic polynomial and the division algorithm. These two are most important. Okay, another chapter we will start in next video. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.